Hello, welcome to my channel, Favor Readings. I'm Kymmy, and today we will be using the last day of the full wolf moon in Cancer's energy in order to do our reading. Now, that covers the intuition as well as security and inner feelings with that moon being in Cancer. I will be using Rhapsodomancy as my form of divination. For those who don't know, Rhapsodomancy is the use of poems or verses from passages and books in order to find insight and guidance. It was used by the Muses back in ancient Greece, and I would like to use my own poems in order to do that, as well as I'm using Quantum Affirmations by Monte, Farber. It's a new energy science of conscious manifestation. For the symbol for, or totem, or whatever you would like to call it, I guess, will be a monkey. I chose your figurine. There we go. And it symbolizes entertainment, joyfulness, trickster, deep knowledge and intelligence. Now, whether that resonates with your own personality or whether the persons or people that you're dealing with have that type of personality or energy about them. You may, with the trickster, you may be into trickster gods. Now there's Iktomi, which is an indigenous one, as well as Norse god Loki, and there's another indigenous one called Coyote. There's a few of them if you want to look them up. Maybe you're interested in mythology or you know, folklore like that. Maybe you're interested, or you may just like monkeys. Who knows? Moving on, what I'm going to do in order to choose which poem I will be reading for your energy is by using an app. I'm not sure if it's an app. It's just on the internet. I put in Dice Roller, and it's called calculator.net/dice roller in case anyone wanted to use it for themselves, decide on a meal, decide on anything really. Relativity and ratios I find really help if I'm having problems using my own decisiveness. But this way I'm using it with my own intuition to guide me when to stop. So I'll start with that right there. For fire signs, please, Spirit. Fire signs. Okay. Number 36, I will be reading for the poem. If I didn't mention that, I do not do any personal readings at this time. This will only be a general reading. Some of it may resonate, some of it may not, and that's for fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and that covers any natal placements of any type of chart, whether it's tropical or sidereal. It does not matter. And if you do not know whether or not, you can look up your natal calculator online and find that out for yourself. And you may look at other readings that may have placements for you. And cross-watchers, of course, are welcome as well if you're trying to figure out what's going on with someone who's a fire sign in your life. Now, for this one, I'm just going to flip through and pinpoint which verse I want to bring in to give you your thing as well. So So it's page 124. If that number means something to you, you may look up the numerology yourself. It's also 5:05 on the clock right now. So 55, 5:05 maybe, or just 5 may be important to you. So I'm going to put the bookmark in for now, and I'm going to read the poem first. And I'm just going to scroll on down here. I'm actually scroll instead of pressing the down button. It seems to go faster. All right, so here we are. Number 36 of my poems is called Waterfall of Reflection. Waterfall of Reflection, encountered undercurrent, encompassed disempowerment, shrouded past, sins surpassed, memory submerges, generational curses, desired health, becoming oneself, redemption contends, inner soul cleanse. So I feel from this that a lot of fire signs, the collective here, are working through their feelings of disempowerment, which is by surrendering to life circumstances. And I don't remember where it comes from, but I remember reading one time is circumstances is about where you are and not who you are. So you're working through that and finding your own worth again, slowly and steadily, to reach that desired health that you want, as well as breaking generational curses, you know, by healing yourself, by doing that healing and becoming that desired health within your own body, like finding that desired health within your own mind, body, and soul, as it says with the inner soul cleansing part. And it feels like some of you are, with that self-worth, are worrying about whether you deserve redemption, or if you may be, now that's just, it could be the opposite. You could be mad at people for not working towards that redemption if you are the first one who's breaking generational curses. So you may be having some anger towards the generation before you for not taking the steps so that you wouldn't have to do the work. Or yourself, you as you step into the next generation. Some of you may be going and getting closer to a decade where you reach a next age, like with me, an example of turning 30, and now you're breaking the curses of your own generation, like within your own peer group, getting off of drugs, trigger warning, addictions, I should say, any kind of addictions of holding on to toxic people and stuff like that. And, and not holding on to your own sins, or disappointments of what you've done in your past yourself, and where it says shrouded past, and encompassing that undercurrent. Sometimes you feel like you've done the healing for something, and then all of a sudden something comes up and it feels like it swept you just off your feet. But encompassing yourself with allowing the disempowerment of knowing that you are doing your best now, and I feel like the collective is, for the fire signs, are doing their best for yourself right now and working towards the next thing that you want to set a goal for, which is super powerful and is cleansing your inner soul and self, and you're working with your higher self. And I feel like there's a lot to be congratulated right now. And when those memories do come up, don't feel bad that you're feeling them, because it just brings about a new layer for you to heal. Because if you had to heal everything all at once, it'd be very overwhelming compared to taking it step by step. And, you know, working steadily towards being healthy, you know, and we're always a work in progress. So even when we think healing is done, and healing is not linear, and, you know, it can be really hard to accept all the hard work we've done, because sometimes we're just focused on becoming the best self we can be, but at the same time not giving ourselves credit for being the best we can be right now. And I think that's what fire signs need to acknowledge right now. I'm gonna read the other passage. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional because I have fire placements in my chart too, and it's true. It's hard with fiery passion to give yourself credit sometimes, or let that anger go. And you know, like they say, anger and every negative emotions, holding on to them is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to fall over from it. It's not. It's like drinking poison yourself and expecting the other person to be poisoned. It doesn't work like that. And even if it's towards yourself, anger and stuff towards yourself, your old self is gone. So you can't even drink poison and expect them to feel it, even though time's not linear. And yes, you are living your timelines all at the same time, but you have to live for yourself, not your past self, not your future self, your present self, because you are a present to yourself, especially if you're doing the work. Now, oh, notification, sorry about that. Monte, page 124 of Quantum Affirmations says, let's say I'm investigating, but I just can't bring myself to go all in with when I have these hunches. Because you're talking about hunches, now you're in my realm. The psychic stuff. So maybe you are feeling that you should let go of some of that anger, and that you shouldn't be hard on yourself. And some of you have been ignoring your intuition or your inner gut feeling, you know, your hunches. I shouldn't really say gut feeling. Gut feeling, if you get gut feelings, it's usually letting you know that something's off. So if you feel like something is off and it's not working for you, don't be hard on yourself. I think that's the overall message. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. I don't think you should be. I'm proud of all the work you've done. If no one's told you, and you're worthy of love, and you're worthy of growth. Everyone deserves to be growth. You don't see a flower on the side of a concrete road trying to get through and just go kick it. No, you're like, dang, you're growing in concrete. That's exceptional. And I feel like that's what it is you're not listening to your intuition and inner guidance, letting you know that you are doing a good job. I feel like you're listening to your intuition when you're not doing good, and you're like, yeah, you're right, I do need to be better. But at the same time, you're not listening to your intuition when it's telling you you did a good job. What you did there, that was good. Appreciate yourself. And, you know, maybe some of you aren't feeling super into the psychic stuff, and things like that, and you only prefer to call them hunches. If that's the case, even at that, inner child work is a part of psychology and can be looked into. You can look it up on YouTube if you're having any extra problems. Russ Harris has a lot of good videos online. I always, well, not always, but from now on, I'm planning on putting a list from my YouTube channel from therapy sessions that I've had in order to help other people along, as well as listing a better yourself category list that I was given. And you can go through, it has everything from being assertive to anger issues to other mental health diagnoses. And I know that therapy and finding help, or even admitting to others that you want help, can be hard. And I want you to know that it's there for you to do when you're ready and for yourself. And no one else needs to know. Sometimes, it's hard letting go of societal stigmatism, and that could be some of the uh, generational curses you're letting go, because it could have been something in your family that wasn't really talked about or worked through. Maybe psychic stuff isn't stuff that you talked about in your family, and you're the first person to do it, and you're kind of keeping it secret, doubting yourself. Don't doubt yourself. If you're into it and it's not hurting anyone, there's no reason to be hard on yourself for it. That's all the messages I have that way. I still wanted to do the usual numbers, letters, and emojis. Take the leftovers from my board here. I find them interesting. But yeah, remember to be joyful, and know that you're intelligent. Know that you have deep knowledge. Don't let your mind play tricks on you. And find joy and have fun. Also, you could be entertainers. Some of you may be entertainers and you are doubting yourself whether or not you'll make it. Keep pushing towards your dreams, because just because no one in your family made it before you, or people around you who in your peer group, as I said, generation could just be your generational peer group, didn't make it, doesn't mean you won't. And just because the other people in your generational group may be talented and may, had a head start, doesn't mean that your talent and voice and personal spin isn't needed. Okay, that was an extra one that I got there. I still need to throw through these. It's really sticking my finger. F might be really important. If anyone's trying to tell you you're not gonna make it, tell them to F off. Is that all of them? Yes. One more? One more. Okay. And they really did give me one more. I got the name Kim. It's not my spelling, but it still is Kim. I also have the word mic. So it could be like, step up to the mic, go for what you want, and, don't give up. It could also just be the name Mike, like Michael. They're saying not to go after your dreams would be a fool of a took. I don't know if anyone watches Lord of the Rings, but um, They gave me the letters T-O-K, a double O here. So, oh, I got an H. So maybe a hook. Maybe some of you are entertainers in the writing and you've got a good hook to your story, but you're just not sure where to go. Just sit for a while and, write from the heart. Write what would you think would be fun, I have number 1 and number 3, so 1s and 3s repeatedly could be important to you. And number 13 or 31. They're saying you're pretty fly. Like if you don't think your style's not cool, you are cool. You're cool. Because of the song Pretty Fly for a White Guy, where it's like he asked for a 13 but they drew a 31. That's why. Yeah, anyway, I'm a nerd. I got FIM, so maybe you're creating your own firm or have your own business. And might. You are mighty. Fit. You're fit. Maybe, oh, with the D, fitted, maybe you do work with sewing and stuff, creating things, especially with the word hook. Maybe you're hanging up something in, an outfit. Either way, that's all I can think of, but I have, kit. Maybe you're working through making your portfolio, which is like a kit of your talents and stuff. There's HOOKITMFD. I got DICK. So some of y'all. Not gonna go into that because it is YouTube, but y'all know. And I have happy face. So yeah, find things that bring you joy. Hoot. I have hoot. So some of you might be token and hootin'. That could be a part of the addiction. If you're doing it to the point where you're not having fun and it's become a dependency, maybe, like detox for a little bit. I'm not saying quit. I'm not saying it's bad for you, but I'm saying, if it's getting in the way of your creativity or just, used as an escapism, maybe it's time to take a step back because it's easier to process your emotions when you let them process. If you keep using escapism, it's going to get harder and harder to know how to naturally navigate your own emotions. And that may be a generational curse that you're learning how to heal as well. If you are, I know it's not easy. It sounds way easier than, it's easier said than done. And I just want to let you know you can cut back little by little on whatever it is. And I believe in you, and you deserve all the very best. If no one's ever told you, I'm telling you now, you deserve the very best in all that you do. And may people who respect you find their way towards you. That's all messages. I wasn't expecting it to be so powerful. That's on me though, not you guys. Thank you so much for letting me do the type of divination that I feel called to do so. I know a lot of individuals feel called to cards. I feel called to clairvoyancy and reading off of poems and coming from images coming to me. If you like this type of reading, please leave a comment below so I know to do it more in the future. I know people usually know how to like, subscribe, and whatnot, so I'll leave that to you. Anyway, as always, stay hydrated, eat, and have fun. I will see you all in my next reading. Bye now.